And students at Maloney High School in Meriden walked out of class today. They did it to protest a lack of funding for education. They want lawmakers to increase the base amount the state gives to cities and towns because that has not increased since 2013.
NBC Connecticut's Jennifer Cuevas is in Meriden with their message.
Today we saw dozens of students come out in full force chanting "Fund Our Schools." They say they need to see the change now as they are witnessing their teachers become overwhelmed and their classroom sizes getting larger year after year. A show of solidarity among students and their education as students at Francis T. Maloney High School walked out to demand the state to increase funding for public schools.
When people heard about this, they wanted to take action, and I was happy to kind of orchestrate that. It needs to happen, and people need to know that we care.
Shepard Fisher is a student representative for Meriden's Board of Ed and a member of his school's Youth and Government Club. He says he's been learning more about the state's education cost-sharing formula and believes it highlights the state's inequality in schools.
If you have a student from Meriden who doesn't have enough money and comes to a school with not enough money, they're going to graduate and they're not going to have enough money. When you have students who do have enough money and have that resources, it creates systemic issues.
Senior student Kaylee Brown says school funding goes beyond pencils in a classroom.
I would say that with AP exams being like $100 plus a piece, we would totally not be able to afford that without the school paying for our AP exams, and that's literally just one example.
While Brown is a few months away from graduation, she says she wanted to participate to help support the next year's class and let the state know how crucial additional funding is.
I was not someone that could afford applying to universities if it wasn't subsidized by the school or if I didn't have opportunities to get that cost covered.
Teacher Maria Soto Johnson has taught at Francis T. Maloney for 6 years. She says she hopes to finally see some change at the state level regarding the education cost-sharing formula.
It makes me wonder, is this what they accept for their own children? Or are they actually happy to send their children to the more affluent towns and the private schools? Is that why they're blind to our needs?
In Meriden, Jennifer Cuevas, NBC, Connecticut News.